Today, going to talk to you about a couple of bits and pieces that we've got. So it's the MW812, which is a wound packing trainer. I've got the MW812 and the MW812A, which is a slightly different variation of the same theme. Yeah, with some little bits of some little differences in there that we'll go through, and yeah, feel free to ask questions as we're going. Today, I'm going to go through and set up the stuff for you. So you'll be able to see the product in action, and yeah, feel free to ask any questions as I'm going along. All right.
All right, let's go.
Cool. All right, Daisy. So I've got some product over here to show you just on the second screen here. So what we've got here, so this is the MW812 A. So this has a slightly smaller wound to treat than the other product that I'll be showing you shortly. This also does not have a bone inside it, so it is a soft tissue wound packing product. The product itself comes with a piece of tubing with a lure lock on the end that you can attach your syringe to. So here I've just got a syringe of just some very dilute fake blood, just so you can see the differences. You can see where the wound will bleed from. I'm just going to pop this on here, just so I don't make too much of a mess. These are excellent skills trainers. Got some forceps here for my wound packing as well. So as the facilitator of the training, you can obviously sit there with your participant with the syringe on the end, just off to one side under the table or wherever you want to have it. And I'm just going to slowly inject now. You'll see the blood moving its way through into the wound. The wound itself will start filling up. There we go. So you can see it welling up there. And carry on going. It'll just run off the side. So once you're here, you can then start getting your swabs and start pushing them into the wound, creating a bit of tamponade in there just to make sure that the wound can stop bleeding. You can carry on pushing the blood in if you want to. So if you want to make sure that your participant is unsuccessful in trying to treat this by just packing alone, then you can carry on making the wound bleed, even though there are swabs and things inside there. Pack that a little bit more. There we go. So this model is predominantly based off of gunshot. There is some excellent singeing and things around the edges of the wound as it comes normally. However, with a little bit of extra moulage around there, it will look fantastic. So there we go. The wound's nice and dry now. So I'm just going to take these swabs out of here with my little packing forceps. Gosh, I'll pack that right in there. There we go. So take that right out of there. There we are. So once you've finished using the product itself, just flush it through with a mix of 50-50 isopropyl alcohol and sterile water. You don't have to use sterile water, but it's easy to find in the hospital and clinical environment. And just flush it through. Make sure it's dry before you put it away, and keep it in a cool, dark place. Yeah, pretty much. So that's awesome. That's this one. Now, the actual, I'll just shift that away. So that's how it works. Just going to move this off to one side for you. You got any questions about that, Daisy?
Yeah, well, just a basic question, Pete. Is it suitable for repeated use in training sessions?
For what, sorry?
Is it suitable for repeated use?
Yes, multiple times. Yeah, no problem at all. You can use it, yeah, hundreds and hundreds of times.
Great. And what's this next product, Pete?
So this is the MW812. So the difference between this product and the last product is just inside here. You'll actually see a fractured bone on the inside of the I'll bring it a little closer to the camera. You might be able to see it. So there's a fractured bone inside there. So not only have you got a compound fracture there to deal with, but you've also obviously got this big wound to deal with too. So same principle again. This obviously the cavity is much bigger and will require a lot more in the way of pressure and swabs to be able to stop the bleeding. Excuse me 2 seconds. Just going to refill my little syringe here. There we go. So when you actually open the kit up itself, there'll be a little instruction leaflet that comes with it that will tell you all the details about the actual product, along with what's inside the box for you. So it all comes nice and neat in this little box, which is really great for storage. These containers stack really well on top of each other. So you want 3 or 4, you can have 3 or 4 on your shelf very easily. Comes with a little bit of padding just to make sure it's not going to knock around in there. And again, you know, make sure you clean it off at the end. If you do find silicone being an oil-based product, if you do find it becomes a little bit shiny, I mean, there's a touch of shine just around the edges of the wound here at the moment, just because this has been one of our demonstration models. All you'll need to do is get a little bit of talc on a brush, just brush it off, and that will then take the sheen off it if you don't want it to be nice and shiny like that. So, and again, also comes with a syringe, a Lure-Lock syringe in each of these boxes as well. So it comes out straight away, ready to go. So same principle again. I'm just going to attach my syringe. Now this time it will take a lot more fluid before you can actually start seeing it in the bottom there, because this wound is much bigger than the
first one.
Than the first one, the A, so the 812A. So fine.
Okay.
A little bit more in there. There we go. So I mean, that's the actual wound itself is probably about 100 mils worth of fluid space that's in there, so you can get a real good amount of fluid in there.
All right.
You really have to start thinking about it. So there you go. So wells up right to the top there. All right. So now again, going to get the little packing forceps here. Yep. Put a bigger swab in this time. There we go.
Yes.
Yep. Gosh, making a mess now. There we are. So yeah, as you can see, it's a reasonably hardy model. So I'm pushing pretty firmly with these stainless steel forceps here. So, and the wound edges are fine. It's not ragged. You know, there's no tearing. There's no ripping around the edges. It's a pretty substantial product. So yeah, there we go.
Well, what's describe the materials used to construct the second one?
Yep. So both of them are made out of silicon. So again, same care and care instructions. Care instructions are the same for both models. So again, just wash with isopropyl alcohol. Make sure it's dry. 50-50 mix of water and isopropyl alcohol. Make sure it's dry before you put it away, and just keep it in a cool, dark place, which will then keep the color of the paint job in really good order. If you find any of the materials starts to get shiny, just dust it off with some baby powder or talcum powder or that kind of thing, just with a brush, and then brush it away, and it should all be nice and matte again for you.
Yeah, as long as our customer take care of the products properly, they can use it a lot of
Oh
times.
yeah, these will last for ages, time and time again for training. Yeah, so yeah, no problem at all. I mean, if there are any issues going forward, which to be honest, these are very robust products, having used them myself in the sim world. Yeah, it's they're reasonably easy to repair. We do have repair kits that we can send on. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty easy. And also, I've learned a lot about this, Pete, most especially as I've told you earlier, I really do not have any experience about medical field. And because of this video, I've learned a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. No problem.
Yeah, well, that's my question for today. And thank you for showing us the demonstration of the products that we have from MEDICFX.
Yeah, no problem, Daisy. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Pete. Bye.
Thank